YouTube channel. Nobody has exactly your lens. And what do I mean by that? Only you have your perspective. And what I mean is that I can use I was thinking about, the other day I remember that it used to be like, let's say, a discussion about if photography was an art form or not. And I don't remember, I believe that, I think it was like during the 1800th century that it was made an art form, or was sort of considered or accepted as an art form. I don't have exactly the numbers here, but it was a long time before it was accepted as an art form, because it was like there was always this sort of considering that, or they were like, what shall I say, they was thinking about it was like the camera was it was like an instrument, or this thing, or that made this sort of art, or the photo, and not, it was like not personal. But this has changed, and I'm happy for this, because the whole thing about photos is actually not the camera. It is about your lens, how you see something through that camera, through your lens. Because you decide what is the lighting, what kind of lighting do you want. You decide that. You decide the composition, you decide the people, or the person, you decide, is it landscape, is it portrait, is it a mixture, is it, all these things. That's up to you as an artist, and it's through your lens that you see this. It's not the camera. Yes, the camera, it's, of course, it's good to have a good camera, but and the camera can also, of course, maybe make it better, etc. But in my opinion, because I also been to art school, and I've been to, and I've seen all these also, like, workshops, etc. That you can see that it's really not about having the best camera. In my opinion, as like I've seen the best photographs I've seen is very often about people who have very low budget cameras, that really not especially good cameras, but they have an unique lens within themselves that capture what they want to express. So this is my theme here, is that you have this special lens within you, in everything, actually. But I believe that it's so many of us who are not aware of it, because it's so many things, distractions, it's so many things you think you need this camera, you think you need this and that, or all this stuff, to be sort of to I don't know, to evolve, or I don't know, but it's all these sort of kind of excuses, but I call it excuses now, because I know now that it's all about you diving into thyself and finding out your authentic expression, or and that expression can be in very many ways. I'm not saying that all of us are artists. I'm not saying that all of us should be great painters of photographs, or making films or videos, etc. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that you should be aware of that you have an unique lens. And why is it unique? Because nobody has exactly your lens. It's through you that you are special. Nobody can see through your lens. Nobody can see the world through your lens. Nobody can see art, or clothing, or design or architecture or whatever, you know, you might want to create or express, nobody can see your version but you. So I just wanted to say this because yeah, I feel it's so, it's also, it's like also when if you look at no, I want to mention this also because, you know, it's like if you look at, like, yeah, just take this example. When you look at videos here at YouTube, you can have two people, let's say, just as this is just an example, you have like two people talking about the same theme, making videos about, you know, let's say if you like take two people having the same theme talking about, but they can make it totally their own, you know. I'm not really into, you should never copy anyone, you should never, you know, you should make your own stuff, you know, but you can of course have similar themes, you know, or you can have, you can see themes which are, you know, not specified by one specific person, but that theme can be presented, or yeah, it can be how shall I say, analyzed or viewed in many different ways. But and the thing is, I find very interesting is that when I like, if just like I say, I just compare two people making videos and they have the same theme, and maybe one of them, I'm more drawn to one of them, and often it's not so, yeah, often I don't know why, I can't really explain why, but it's very often something about that person who has something that is very subtle. It can be very subtle. It can be something you're really not aware of in a way, but that person, maybe the voice, maybe the poise, maybe, it's very often you can't really describe. It's not always about looks, you know. It's not always about how much a person know. It's about the theme, or how good the explanation about that theme is. It's often, I believe, more deeper, that it's something that speaks to me, that it's more subtle, that draws me more in to one of the person than the other. And so I find that very amusing, you know. I find it very interesting, fascinating, and yeah, it's like I mentioned, like art school, you know. It's like if you look at, like in the class, I remember I could see in the class, I could see different paintings from the people painting. I mean, I can see that, oh, that's his painting, or that's her painting, or that's his photograph, or that's her photograph. I could see it, you know. I could, because I saw that it was the sort of expression that came to sight more and more as you got to see their sort of style, or their paintings, or the way of doing art, you know. So just I wanted just to say this because it's so important all of us understand how unique we are, and because, you know, also think about the fingerprints. We are all born with different totally, I mean, nobody has exactly the same fingerprints. Nobody has exactly the same voice. The voice is also very, and I also believe the eyes, which is the lens, which is my theme in this video. It's your lens, you know. Nobody can see the way you see things, you know. Yeah, nobody can see things the way you see things. So never forget this, you know. This is your uniqueness and your true blueprint that you should really embody and embrace, and just evolve as much as you can in this life, you know. I believe this is some of the ways why we are here, to express our individuality, and yeah. So so nobody has exactly your lens. So do you now understand how precious you are?